I had the opportunity to check off one of my biggest bucket list items that I had looming on my list, which was to climb Kilimanjaro. It was one of the most magical, fantastic things that I've ever done in my entire life. I did take extensive journal notes. Like, I journaled everything that happened during these days. And so today I just thought I'd share with you the story of my trip. On day one, we wake up super early in the morning. We drive out of Arusha, we hit the road. From there, we start our actual walk. We're kind of in like rainforesty vibes right now. We'll pass what's called the Lemosho Gate. That's the official start of the Lemosho Route. At one point, we have to go up this like big long hill type thing. We hear at the top some guy saying, "Hey, you got it. There's ice cream at the top up here." We look up, it's this guy up there and he's like, "Whoa." Somebody said it so well. They were like, he gives big uncle energy. And we were like, yes, he does. So he became Uncle Jerry. This guy is just a hoot and holler. We love Uncle Jerry. And then shortly after that, we're all at camp. At Camp 1, I was very stressed about a work email. What am I gonna do here? What am I gonna do? I was like, what if I forgot to set my out of office notice or something happens at work? I just wanna be for real, because while the trip was so incredibly cool in every single way, my anxiety was present for at least this beginning part. And it will be present until I run out of oxygen at some point on the mountain. Good morning from Camp 1. We are about to set off. It's gonna be a good day. Today we get to shorter trees. If we have to measure height, we're going by how much plant foliage is existing where we are, and today we're getting a little bit more shrub. Got a really cool glimpse of Kilimanjaro. And in one of these breaks we had such a fun little dance party with the trekking poles and all of our guides. So fun. Like, we were just vibing. The thing that was really cool was like, we weren't really in a rush to get anywhere. Like, we knew we had to get to camp by X hour, but like, we don't have to haul it. Like, there's nowhere we have to be. We see Uncle Jerry again. He's back. You know, we came over, we were like, you know what? We've been calling you Uncle Jerry. And he's like, it's so funny you mentioned that because I am climbing the mountain right now with my 2 nephews. So we were like, no way, you are an uncle. And in this specific moment, you are especially an uncle. That's wild. Let me tell you how we had to get to camp. We had to go way up. And this camp is gorgeous. You can see out in the distance, full view of Kilimanjaro. And it was at this camp too, all of a sudden we hear like some like bop, bop, bop beats, and we go out and it's time to meet our entire guide group. We're like in the dance circle, like whoa, and then we look around and there's this little kid. He's like 8 years old. He just like hauled it over to be in the little circle. So we're like, hey, little kid, okay, like have at it. That's pretty. Also, you were pretty young to be climbing a mountain, but like, props, dude. And then guess who else comes over?
Uncle Jerry!
Uncle Jerry. And then at the end, we did like this giant, massive group picture. And it was so sick. That was like, I'm not kidding you, one of the most energized I've been in so long. I was so anxious on night 1 about work and things that were out of my control, and really like I'd been a little bit like that since the pandemic hit. Like, it's just been hard for me to let go. And in this moment of like dancing in the base of Kilimanjaro, like literally it's on the side, I let go of everything. It's just a lot of emotion. It's like this release of stress and also just like a lot of gratitude. That was the first of many times I cried on this trip. We wake up and it is one of the most gorgeous views I've ever seen in my entire life because the sun is creeping up behind Kilimanjaro. Guess what? That was our view the entire walk. Today, I think it's called the Shira Plateau. And so as you walk, it's just like rocks and shrubs and these little yellow alpine flowers that were so pretty. And then along the way, there were people that had stacked cairns. At one point, I sneezed and got a nosebleed. And immediately I'm like, oh, my brain is swelling. We really went from 0 to 100. It's like, girl, no, it's just a nosebleed. Like, please calm down. But you know what? It cleared up and we pressed on.
I'm always ready for soup.
Our hike wasn't so long and it wasn't so uphill. And so our guides were like, hey, if you want to do a little bit of an extra hike just to acclimate a little bit more, we can go up and back down. It looks like the surface of Mars. I'm not kidding you. Like, they could film Star Wars here, very much so, and it would check out as a planet. It looked galactic.
And we just did a whole hike all the way up there, which we can't see at the moment. It's one of the prettiest places I've ever been. Oh, the sun's coming out. That's exciting.
Did you get Singa in the background looking at them? Because that was funny. He was like, what are you? Yeah, they were like,
I get all tucked into bed. I'm like this. I'm ready to go to sleep. And then all of a sudden I'm like, I have to go to the bathroom. It is so windy. The flaps are like, like, I was like, I'm gonna blow away. This is the end. Goodbye, cruel worlds. Today we woke up. Turns out, like, another camp a little bit down the way, one of their tents just full on blew away. Nobody was in the tent, but I don't know what happened to the tent. We hike all the way uphill to something called the Lava Tower, which is just a tower made of lava rock from a bazillion years ago. The porters, again, are so incredible because they blow by you at like 5,000 times your speed. Our crew, whenever they would come back, they'd be like, see you tomorrow. Like, like they were like, you slow pokes. We sit down and have just a really nice lunch. There were empanadas today, and let's just say, like, we were pretty stoked about the empanadas.
It's not a weight loss hike.
Then after lunch, we were like, all right, it's time to go down. The landscape right now looks like the entrance to Mordor. It's all rocks and we're kind of shimmying down. You had to focus like laser eyeballs onto the feet of the people in front of you because you had to step exactly where they stepped. Otherwise you ran the risk of just an epic faceplant and like balling people down in front of you. Every step you take, I'll be watching you. Facts. That is it. That is what it was. They had these plants there that can only be described as like overly large pineapples. Like, they looked like pineapple trees. They were super weird. They were also really cool. This part looks like Yoda's hut.
All right, we're at Camp 4. Spirits are high, but tomorrow we climb the Bronco Roll. And let me just show you that. All the way up there.
Today is the day that we climb the Bronco Wall. This is like, you're kind of bouldering up. It's not like straight up free soloing by any means. We are not Alex Honnold. The one thing is, it's not nearly as steep as it looks from when you're like standing all the way back at camp. Remember right when we got to the top of the Bronco Wall, that there was just sky. And so naturally we had to take a bunch of jumping photos. We kind of sucked at jumping photos, I'm not gonna lie. I give us a 4 out of 10 because I don't think we got one where we were all in the air at the same time. We woke up and it was like 4 or 5 hours to the base camp. So we just walked in our line. Here's the thing though, like when we were walking, there were people coming down from the summit from the day before and some of them looked rough. Our guides were like, no, we're gonna be fine. Like, don't worry about it. We're going up together. You're in good hands. And we're like, okay. All right.
Hello, it is day 6 and we've just climbed all the way to Kosovo Camp. This is our last camp before the summit and it is right up there. You can't see the summit, but you can see Stella Point, and Stella Point is the first time that we're gonna be able to see the summit. We just got here, still feeling good, getting water, food, going to bed for 7 hours, waking up at midnight, and summiting. Tonight's the night. It is currently 6:42 p.m. At 10:30 we wake up and we start our climb at 11:45, and we will be hopefully on the summit for sunrise at 6 a.m. So in just over 12 hours, we will be standing on the top of Africa. It's gonna be really hard, really cold. We'll dig deep and crush it.
We get up and it is so cold. It is, oh, you start at 11 p.m. and you go straight up. And at the top, there's a fake summit. Getting to Stella Point is so hard and it uses all of your energy, and then the whole rest of the way you're like, "Frah." It's such a mental battle. Like, it is physically hard, but it is mentally harder. If you looked straight up, you could see how much longer you had to get to Stella Point. So I really tried not to look up, because every time I looked up, I was like, oh, we've gone nowhere. At this point, the sun starts coming up. And so on the one side, you have the full moon and the stars. And on the other side, you have the sun starting to peek out over the clouds. The light starts hitting these glaciers that we couldn't even see in the pitch black, but it's lighting up the ice.
We're almost all the way up. How do we feel? We're almost all the way up. Let's go! Yahoo!
Our guides just start singing this song, the sun, the glaciers, the moon, the stars, like the exhilaration of almost doing this really difficult thing and being with people that I've really bonded with. Just tears. And then I very quickly realized, I was like, oh my God, I can't breathe. None of my air right now can go to crying. It needs to all go to thinking. We round the corner and there's the sign. We had a clear day, like you could see everything around. We all got our little summit pic. I don't know if any of us actually touched the sign. It was something we thought about later. We were like, did we even do that? Very quickly, and almost as soon as we came, it was time to go. And so we turned around and started to go back down the mountain. The going down route is all sand. You're like ski slaloming your way down, like you would like, and after like 45 minutes of just sprinting down the mountain, we're back at base camp.
We made it. We dug deep and we crushed it.
The day was not done. It was not like we made it back to base camp and we just chill here. No. It was, we made it back to base camp and now we have to go all the way back almost to the starting gate. Eventually, we do get to our camp, which was so nice. And it's back in the forest part. And so the next morning we get up and we're chilling. Our head chef coming in with a full cake that he had decorated. And it said, "Congratulations, girls team."
Oh, congratulations!
There was so much gratitude spilling out that I could not contain it. I am just a mess. And all of the other people in the tent came over and gave me a hug, and then we were all like, oh, we were all having a moment. It was such a cherry on top moment. We pack up our stuff, we head on out. Then we hear Team Egghead, and we turn around and it's Uncle Jerry's nephews. They went on a different route, so we lost them around day 3. And then here they come again, like, yo, at the exit, what do you mean? So we get down to the exit finally, and we get to sign the book that we made it to the top of Kilimanjaro. That was super special. It was kind of like the final goodbye before we all hit the bus again. That was our Kilimanjaro climb in a nutshell. And it was one of the most magical things I've ever done in my entire life. When you're climbing up on a mountain and you're at altitude and it's really hard, you can't think of anything except for just the very most present moment. It proved that I could be present. I was capable of not worrying about the future, not thinking about the past and dwelling on things, but just to be so present in the moment. I'm so grateful, honestly, for all of the guides, all of the porters, every single person I went with. I am so incredibly lucky to have experienced that. Kilimanjaro climbed, and I can't wait to see what comes next. Until next time, peace.